Good evening, everyone. So we are at day two, right? So we'll start by three. Okay. So we'll start the session by three. Still 4 minutes is there. So people who want to join, they can join. Okay. Is my voice and screen is visible, right? My voice and screen both are visible, right? Guys, my voice and screen is visible, right? Is there any disturbances? Is this fine now? Is I'm visible? Is I'm audible enough? Great, 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 great. It's quite small. Great. So we'll start in few seconds. Okay. So we'll start in few seconds. So guys, see VBA is very new thing. Wherever you are lagging or wherever you didn't understand single thing, also just stop me and ask. Okay. So we are going to get something different. Okay. So we are going to move till date what we saw in level 1 and 2. It's something usual, like any people can, like they will be knowing, or it will be very easy to understand. Okay. Okay. So so you people just try to learn. Okay. To what to say, analyze things. Okay. Fine. Okay. Yeah. So guys, I welcome you everyone. Sorry, I welcome you all for the D2 program in our complete VBA course. Okay. So in this course, we just in our last session we just saw a basic introduction. What is meant by macros? What is meant by VBA, right? So VBA is a programming tool to get our macros to be done, right? So why we use macros, the question comes next. So we just saw, right? So why we are using macros? So macros, if you want to do some work automatically and then repeatedly, then we'll be using macros, right? So I just said you some examples too. So what are the examples? The many the your connection provider is there, no? Suppose consider to be it is NGO, Airtel, Aircel, Vodafone, anything. They'll be simply keep on texting you messages, right? So you'll be getting like, so you got an offer like this your validity is this, or your offer is this, we are getting Independence Day offer, Republic Day offer. They'll be doing more, right? So will they sit for everyone and they will be typing their own messages? No, they'll be creating a default message and they will be writing a VBA code. They will run multiple times. If they have 1 crore subscribers, they'll just run it 1 crore times. Okay, it will just repeatedly does. Just they will be giving one input and the rest the program does. Okay, so we'll just look further into VBA and macros. Okay, so the main question regarding what is VBA and macros. Okay, the second thing is what is the uses of why macros is used, why macros is selectively used other than any other language like Python or anything like that. We can use do that, but why we use macros? Okay, instead of uses also you can say benefits. What are the benefits using a macros? Okay, as I said, macros is an automotive tool, so you can just automate things. Okay, so if you just give a program, it just automates multiple times irrespective of what is that, what is this, everything, right? So it just do repetitive tasks a number of times, it was keep on doing, right? It was keep on doing, right? So I'll yesterday we just gave a header, and for every other sheet I was just clicking my button, so it was automatically doing. I don't want to sit for every class or every sheet, and I don't want to do that, right? So second thing, second benefit, what is that? It has a macro reader. Can anyone from here, okay, it has a macro reader. So anyone who have, okay, if at all you take a Python or C program or C++, instead of writing your own code, can you just record your screen and get it your recording to be a, you can convert your recording to be a code? Will any programming language allows that? Obviously no, right? So here we have a specialized tool called macro reader, where we can just assist the tool and we can just do the change. Whatever we are doing, it just what it does, it records that in the term of VBA and then it executes. Yesterday we were seeing, right? And then the third thing, what is the third thing? It uses VBA concepts. What is mean by VBA concept? So what is meant by VBA? VBA is visual basis application. So by visually whatever we do, it just captures. I was just assisting my tool, just capture the entire thing visually and just rewrite my code. I was just saying that, right? Yesterday we were seeing last session. Uh, it was just visually capturing all the thing, all the moves, what I'm doing, and just it replicates that, right? So it is a dynamic code, so based on the things, it's not a static, it just can be used anywhere. It's a dynamic code. Okay, so I can reuse the code again, I can just edit I can edit it, I can reuse. Okay, so the last thing is what it can be reused and then it can be edited. It can be it is editable and it's reusable. Okay, so these are the key benefits. Okay, these we have a number of benefits. Okay, so we can say Excel being used in all other organization, spite of many things are there, even G sheet is there, many things is there, no? But we say 90% people who wants to do their work done in a sheet, they'll be using Excel sheet, right? But I'm pretty sure 97 and above person will use, if they want to develop anything in terms of virtual basis application, they'll be using Excel. Okay, so we can just blindly say only Excel is used for the visual basics application till date. Okay, so in this 10 days class, okay, in this 10 days, in this 10 hours class, what I will be doing is I'll bring you 7 projects. Okay, 7 projects I'll be focusing, where in each project you'll be learning certain things. Okay, suppose I start with the project 1, where you'll be doing very basic things. When I move to the second project, where you'll be studying the intermediate level. Okay, so instead of teaching theoretically, I'll just introduce to you to the 7 projects. Okay, each project have your unique learnings. Okay, so without wasting much time, I'll just jump on to that. Okay, okay, so let me jump back to my Excel sheet. Okay, so this is our project 1. Okay, this is exactly what we have seen yesterday. The last 1 hour we was just seeing, right? I just look at how to do that, right? We just had some example, right? So I was quickly introducing in the last 1 hour. I was just quickly introducing. I just what I did, I just enabled the developer option, and then I just start recording it, and I just did my actions, and then I just stopped it, and then I just went to Visual Basis, and I was introducing, right? I was introducing you people what is the Excel VBA environment does, right? So in today's class we'll be dealing with the first project, which is very basic thing, and this was solved by us in the last 1 hour. So what's new in that? So in this project, I'll be explaining you each and every step. Okay, each and every step I'll be explaining you. So what, for each and every move, what is the corresponding action? What is the corresponding reaction? So if I do this, what will be my output? So I'll be explaining you the very basic concepts of VBA in project 1. Okay, so let's start without wasting much time. I'll just go into my first project. So this is my first project. So as we saw yesterday, okay, I have east, where is the where is the its a division, and then the post name, and then this January, February, and then March, and then total. Okay, so what I have a name, and then I have my just I can give my heading. So okay, so it says my location, and it says my uh, what to say, I can just name it as my expenses, better, right? It's expenses on January, February, March, and then total. Okay, so what we were doing in the last class, so we were just trying to give headers. Okay, so if it is I have only one sheet, if this is my sheet, so I can just without any difficulty, I can just go to home, and I can just type my header what I want. I can just type it, right? If my case is not this, I have 1,000 new sheets in my single workbook which are similar to this. So what I'll be doing, I can just go to each and one sheet. I can just give what to say, I can just be typing my header I want to arrange it, right? So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do in a certain sheet, and I'm just going to replicate. Okay, that replicating also I'm just going to do it automatically. Okay, so what was the first thing we are doing? So if our code has to be done, we should enable our developer. So we should take our Visual Basics application tool to be enabled, right? So what I'm first should do, I should navigate to the developer tab. Yesterday I was saying you how to enable the developer tab. I just want to go here somewhere in my ribbon. If I just right click it, I get customized ribbon. If I click that, here you can find a developer option. If you just tick it and then if you press OK, your developer option will get enabled. Right? So what we were doing here, the very next thing what we did is we started, like, we assign our macros to just visually record what we are doing, right? So for that, what we did, we just went navigate to the code group where just we have record macros option. Okay, so I just click that, so that it just asks me a name and a corresponding shortcut key, and then where it gets stored and what this macros does. Okay, I'll say header arrangement. I'll say header arrangement. Instead I can just say header arrangement. Okay, here, moving on to the shortcut key. What is this shortcut key? Every time, I just said, right, every time if I have 1,000 sheets in my workbook, I don't want to go to individual sheets. I don't want to say run my macros. No, I don't want to do that, right? So what I'm supposed to do, I should assign a shortcut key for that. Okay, so there is a limitation in this thing also. Okay, by default we know, right? So if I want to copy a text, what I'll be doing, I'll just press that cell which I want to copy, and then I will say Control C. If I want to paste it, Control V. I'll be doing that, right? So we have some predefined shortcut keys, right? So we should avoid using that, because we cannot override our existing shortcut key. Okay, okay, we cannot override a predefined shortcut key. Okay, so I'll just assign a new thing, a new shortcut key. Suppose I'll say J. Okay, before I don't have any shortcut key based on J. Okay, So we don't want to override that. Even you can use numbers in a shortcut keys. So if I press control and the number, it will just give me that. Okay. So the next question is where I want to store this macros. Okay. So if I just click, it gives me three things. So it's just asking you want to develop a new Excel workbook, okay, as like a personal macro workbook, okay, like that, or else in a new workbook or this workbook. Let me choose here. See, this option is meant when means if I want to do all my if I just want to replicate, I'm going to replicate automatically, right? If my all sheets are present inside a single workbook, I can just go with this workbook. Okay, if I have different workbook, suppose first file is in this workbook, second file is in another workbook, means you can just create personal things and you can call that. Okay, so new workbook, what is mean by new workbook? So consider you can just create a new workbook, and after creating a code you can just type your own program, or you can just enter your data. Okay, so as of now we'll just go with this workbook. Okay, so description, what I'm going to do, header it is, right? I am going to add header and then colors to it. This is just to document. So what we are going to do, what we are if what this macros really does, this is just a document. We whatever document, like you are doing something, okay? So if I am doing this and I'm giving to you people for studying purpose, you can just see, okay, this macros what it does. Okay, he's going to add some headers and then it's going to color it. Okay, this macros does the work. Okay, so this is the description. Okay, when I just click OK, so here I can find my macro start recording what I'm doing. Okay, so what my macros during does, it just asks me what do you want to save it. Okay, what do you want to save it, and how you want to save it, either you want to save for this entire worksheet or this one entire workbook or in different workbooks, and then it was asking what you are going to do in that. Okay, so we just gave the details about our macros. Then the next step, it starts to capture visually on our workbook, right? So what is the next thing? What is the next thing? So we want to do our thing. So what we are going to do, I'll just try to add some headers. I'll say location, and then I'll say uh, something spend, okay, and then Jan, and then Feb, and then March, and then total. Instead of total, I just write total. By voluntarily I will make mistake, right? Okay, I'll just type it as expenses as you wish. Okay, so what we did first I was writing in A3, I was writing location, and then what I did, I just write spent, and then I just write Jan, February, March total, and then what I did, I just went back to B3, and then I said I removed the thing what I did. I was right, I had written spent, right? I just deleted it and I wrote expenses, right? Then what I'm doing, so I'm just selecting these from A3 to F3. I'm just selecting, and what I'm doing, I'm making it bold first I'm doing, and then I'm arranging it in the middle, right? Then I'm coloring it, I'm putting some color on it, so I'll just give some colors. Okay, Then at last what I'm doing, I'm just giving everything a border and then another thick border. So I was doing this. Okay, so if I just go back to my developer, once our thing is done, what I want to do, I want to stop my recording, right? I want to stop my recording. So everywhere when I just did my work, this want to be repeatedly done. Okay, every time which I just give, it was just want to, yeah, it want to do this. What we want to do, it should add header, it just want to make it bold, it want to align it center and give some tabular form. Okay, so I say stop. I'm done with my thing. I done with my, what to say, I just arranged it everything perfectly. So this is to be done to my raw data. If I input a raw data, this is to be done, this is what to be done. Okay, so if I just go to my another macros, okay, if see before doing that, I'll just go to here. If I just want to see my code, what is my code, if I, for that I'll just go to my developer option, I'll say visual basics. So if I just press that, a new window pops up. This is an entirely different, what, it is an entirely different environment we are going to work, right? So this is a different environment. Till now we were doing in an Excel workbook, now we enter a totally different environment. This is what we called Microsoft Visual Basics for Application. Okay, this is a VBA. So what Microsoft does is they dedicate a separate environment for its Visual Basic application developers. Okay, so what is this all about? Let me just make it full screen. Okay, then what is the thing? As we saw in the last class, whatever macros we are getting saved, it comes and stored inside the modules, right? So modules, if I say module 1, I can just find what are all things I have saved, what are all things I have did, right? So if I just go to sheet 1, okay, sheet 1, and then in the module I just have, see, I have an entire list of things what I had my entire things. Okay, if I just go to my module, and then if I was, we were naming that, right, header arrangement. Okay, header arrangement, we saw what we did. First we went to A3 and we named that A3 as location, and then we went to B3 we named it as spent. We were doing that, right? Then we will mentioned as Jan, next one as Jan, and then after that February, and then March, and then we named it as total. Then what we did, we just went back to the B3 again, and what we did, we replaced that spent into expenses. It was just in a flow, right? What and all I was doing, it was visually capturing that, and it was writing as a code. Okay, this guy just named this. He just say keyboard shortcut to be Control plus J, and he started doing this. In A3 he just named A4, B3 here, C3 here, and then again he went to B3. He changed as this. He updated as that. Then what he did, he just selected A3 to F3 and made everything as bold. Yeah, we did that, right? So we made everything as bold letters, right? Then what we did, we just made horizontal alignment and then vertical alignment, and we didn't do wrap text, so it was false. Okay, then what we did, we were doing the everything a center, and then we were giving some color, solid color. What was the color? It was, color code is this, right? We were doing that, and then what we did, we just moved down, and then we said a line style we were doing, means we are adding borders, we are keeping some borders to it, right? Then we were doing selections, everything line by line. It's just writing. Okay, it was just writing. Whoa, what is that? It's doing. Okay, it's like assistant for us. So what we did, instead of total, we just was writing double a, instead of single a we was writing total, right? So I'll just correct. How I should correct? I'll just go to here where I was assuming assigning a b3 sorry f3 as total, right? So I'll just, instead of that, I'll just say make it as 1a. Okay, then instead of doing anything, instead of saving here, instead of saving, I just close it. I'll close it. Okay, I'll close it. So I'll insert a button here, I'll insert a button. So let it be button 1. Okay, fine. So if I click here, I'll say button 1, or I'll say header arrange. I'll say header arrange is double or. Okay, when I click this, okay, when I click this, what it's saying, can't run the macros. The macro may not be available in this workbook, or else all macros may be disabled. So you are saying he didn't assign any macros. What does it means? So what we were doing here, I'll just come over again. I'll just delete this. Okay, I'll just delete this, cut this off, and I'll say insert button. When I click here, it's asking which you want to assign. I want to say I want to assign this. If at all you do very blankly, it will just say I can't assign any macros for here. Okay, I'll say okay. So I got a button here. I'll now reassign the name. Let it be like button for magic or button for header. I'm not showing any magic show here as well. Okay, so I just say button for headers. Okay, when I click that, you can see the total automatically got updated. Which we were written WA, it got updated, right? Where it was like A, when I just click this, it got updated. If I change this, say something like cat, which is nowhere related to this table, if I just use this button, it's automatically updated. Okay, so another important thing we were discussing, right? If we close a Excel worksheet, we can't retrieve it back, right? I guess you people remember that. If we just close, if we just clear an Excel worksheet, we can't retrieve it back again. We can't retrieve it back again. Right? In the same way, if we just go with a macro tool, we can't retrieve it back. Okay, so before doing any macro sheets, okay, if at all you are not sure enough to carry out that, it is highly recommended to keep a backup data of that. Just make a copy of, just copy the content and keep it in another Excel sheet before doing that. Okay, I can't do undo or redo in macros. Okay, so the very next thing, I have a duplicate of this Excel, the save Excel again here in another tab. We were seeing, right, we use Control J, we assigned Control plus J to be the shortcut of that macros. Okay, so I'll just create a backup if it needed. Okay, I'll just create a backup. I'll just create it here, control V, or I'll control Z. I'll say in A4 I have, let me, it will be A4 again. Okay, so what I'm doing here, see, if I just press control J, oof, my work is done in a fraction of a second. Is that right? So what I did, I was just doing control J, a single click. So if I have 1,000 things, I'll say I went to this side and I said say control J. It does the thing. It rearranges everything. I don't want to do anything. Or else if I want to automate using a button, I'll just create a button here out of here. And I'll say the header arrangement I just want to do using this button. I'll reassign this as uh, alphite uh, VBA. Okay. When I just click it, I'm gonna click it. When I click it, done. I'm done. My work is done. Yes, calculations also get copied. So shall we try another macro tool? So we'll try. We'll just keep a try. Okay. So I got another what is it? I have another column where I'll be getting average. I'll be getting average out of these. Okay. So I just add an average, and what I should do? I should add a because of some issues. Shall we continue the same class tomorrow? So we have an issue here. So shall we continue tomorrow class the same thing? Shall we postpone the class tomorrow? Shall we continue tomorrow? We have issues here. Okay, shall we? Great. Yeah, okay guys, we'll meet tomorrow then. The same topic will be staying tomorrow. Okay, great. Bye bye.